Hello felting friends, today we are using the color Sand MC1 from Living Felt and the color Peachy from Living Felt, the MC1, and I am going to mix the two together to get a color that is close to the usual one that I order, which is the pale peach. There's lots of different skin tone colors, but right now you can only order the one bag, so I'm just kind of mixing to get more quantity. So here I'm going to show you how to do Sarah's face. So we have another face video that is Winifred's face, and now we are going to do Sarah's. So as you can see, I already did one other face in the video there, and I forgot to video it. So, well, I videoed it, but I did it incorrectly. So here I am wrapping some core wool around my second face that I'm making. It needed to be a little bit bigger. If you want to see the making of the body that I have here and the original smaller head, those are in previous videos. So you can go ahead and just go back a few videos to find those. So I'm just bulking out the head here with some core wool and using my strong needle to just tack that down. You want it to be pretty firm so that it's nice and solid enough that it has just a little bit of squish to it, so that when you put the facial features on, they have something to go onto. So a little bit of give left. So here we go. You can see when I give it a little squeeze, it just has a little bit of give. Here I am using my mixture of the two colors, just hand carded them together. And I am going to give a little fold, finding the right part that I want. Give a little fold so we have a little pocket of air, a nice edge, nice smooth edge, and that is going to be the chin. So I'm starting my faces a little differently than the previous video. I usually start with the nose, and I find that I always need to make the head bigger. And that is because I have not done the sides and the chin yet. So I'm going to start putting the chin on first. I think it'll help to create the jawline. You know, often we start with like the popsicle on a stick, and I think it's hard to do that way because the neck does not come out of our chin. So when we start with an oval, you know, it's just hard to visualize. So I think I'm going to be changing that up a little bit. But putting the chin on first did help me to create that nice jawline. So I would recommend doing that. So you saw that I just tacked down the sides of the chin and I left that airiness in the center portion. You don't want to get rid of that. So here's the nose. You want to fold just like we did the chin, and then fold the sides down so that you have a little pillow at the end. Very lightly smooth that together. Very, very lightly. If this video is moving too quickly, you can always just watch it again. And if my talking is confusing you, just go ahead and mute that and just watch. So here I am going to draw on just to get a line there. I do have a PDF on Etsy that shows you the proportions of the face. If you would like, I think it's like $1 or so, and that would be helpful for you. So the nose is going to go down further than you think. So almost onto the chin part there, and there will be plenty of room for our mouth. Don't worry. So here, just again, tack down the sides of the nose. You're leaving all the airiness in because you have to have something to sculpt. So I'm using the coarse needle. Sorry about that little spot on my hand. I am a dog groomer, and the water and the shampoo is giving me some dry skin on my hand there. So just ignore that. And just tacking down the sides, and then just splay the top out a little bit so that you can get the start of your forehead and where your eyebrows would go, your brow bone. And that will also give you the area that you're going to put your eye sockets and, like I said, the eyebrow area. So kind of just helps to frame the face out. So I hope you guys are having a good day and getting ready for Christmas. Thanksgiving is next week, so maybe not Christmas yet. Some people like to decorate early. It's getting super cold. Here I'm putting in the nostrils. Sorry, I do go off camera a little bit. I tried to put down my little brown felt sheet there to get rid of the glare and to keep me on camera. And as usual, I'm pulling it so close and going off camera a little bit. So I do apologize. For Sarah's nose, it's quite pointy. So I did have to pull out some pictures to look at. Her nose was a bit tricky. It's a little wide at the base and a little bit pointy, and the nostrils are a little high up. So if you're trying to create a particular type of nose, do look at pictures to get the shape that you're looking for. If you are just kind of doing any old face and, you're just letting the wool decide what it wants to do, then sometimes that's fun as well. So I'm just kind of pulling it into place. If you use your fingers to pinch it into place, and then just wherever your fingers are holding it, that's where you want to compress the wool. So you can kind of get it into place with your fingers and then move your fingers and then needle felt there. You also want to sculpt in the sides of the nose, the slope on the sides of the nose, so that you can get some dimension. It's getting so cold, I had to order a little stray animal house. So it's coming on Friday. I'm excited. I hope some of the little animals can find a warm house at night. It's so cold out there, so I've been thinking a lot about them. And I'm off camera. There we go. So just you can start using your medium needle. That's what I have there now, to start doing some of your sculpting so that you don't completely mash your shape with that strong needle. So I was kind of going back and forth, and then once you get your shape the way you want it, you'll switch to your fine needle to really tighten everything up without ruining the shape that you worked hard for. Hopefully the sound is working well on this video. This was the second take for videoing and sound. I messed up both on this one. So I was hoping to have this out a little sooner, but I'm redoing everything. I'm doing everything twice. That's okay. So here's our noses getting on, looking pretty good. I decided to use some scissors in this face, and I'm really happy with that. So that did help to go ahead and snip out the space for the nostrils instead of just poking with the coarse needle, because then you're putting, every time you poke, you're shifting the fibers around. So I just wanted a hole for the nostrils, and that really, using the scissors really did help to define that for me. So I'll be doing that from now on. I liked that technique. See how nice and defined that made it? Just cutting a little hole in there. So I was really happy with that. I think this whole video to kind of get the face on there took about an hour and a half. Just to give you an idea. So it's moving a little quicker than the first time. I think, every time you do a face, I think it's getting better and better, and you kind of know what you're doing. So just keep practicing, keep getting better every time, and don't get discouraged. And I know sometimes a lot of people, they do their first face and it doesn't go the way they want it to. So they just, oh, I can't do this. So just keep practicing. My first faces, some of the eyes are too big and the lips are huge. And so here we are making the lips, and we just have a little pad of wool there. And again, just pulling up to get a nice curved edge with some air in it. A nice smooth fold. I pretty much make all my shapes this way. If you want to use a pencil to get that pocket of air, you can. I just do the folding, so whatever works for you. You can do it around a tool, a chopstick, or a pencil. Some people use toothpicks for the smaller ones. So typically I just kind of roll it into a little shape. But you find what you like to do. So I'm leaving that curved roll on the one side, and then I am just compressing it a little bit. Sarah, it has a really big smile, so she has some thinner lips. So I didn't want them too bulky. She's got a really nice smile on her character. So this is the top lip. Just need to flatten that out a little bit more. So I think we're going to decorate for Christmas this weekend and put the tree up and get that. So here's the bottom lip, and do it this exactly same way. And I made mine, they're, I don't know what kind of measurement, not too long, but, if you make them too long, you can always just tear a little bit off. About an inch maybe, I guess. I did not measure when I was doing it. Depends on how big your doll is. So here we have the top lip and the bottom lip. Now I zoomed in so you could see, but then inevitably I will go off camera, I'm sure. So I guess I'm better zoomed out so you get a bigger field of vision there. So again, just tack down the sides where you don't have your pocket of air so that you leave room to sculpt. So the space right under the nose you can tack down, and then the sides. But you want to leave a little bit of looseness so that if you want to make a frown or a smile, you leave that available to you to move it around. So I hope you guys are excited to be seeing another face video. I'm going to be doing things a little bit differently in this one. Instead of doing the eyes like we did for Winifred's eyes with the fabric and the painting, I think I'm going to do the wool. So there's an artist that I really like, and she goes by the name Wimpleberry. I did put her link in the introductory paragraph if you'd like to see her some of her dolls. So she uses, in her needle felt dolls, she uses just the wool, and it's like a watercolor. It's so pretty. So I thought, I'm gonna try and give that a go again. So instead of doing the chalk, I'm just gonna use the wool, and I will give that a go for the eyes also. And just to give you a little bit of variety so that you can try something different than what I did the last time. So I know I'm off camera a little bit. I'm going to move up here shortly. I'm so sorry. I'm just tacking them on. So there's really not too much mystery there. So just, I always think they kind of look like the Easter Island statues when they're at this stage, like with a big Easter Island face. So I think the next videos will be doing the eyes. I did start a little bit of coloring the face with the wool. It's pretty self-explanatory. You're just putting that layer on with the wool. So that one is not too difficult for you. But the eyes will definitely be doing a video for. So those can be tricky. Here I'm putting the eye sockets in, so just right underneath that brow line that we made, go ahead and just really hammer away. Get some good eye sockets going there with that coarse needle. And then we're going to put our little cheeks on. So again, fold your wool so that you have a little pocket. And a nice smooth edge, and then just leave that bit of air in there. Now Sarah has some really high cheekbones and a very thin face, so I'm not trying to give her big plump cheeks. I'm doing a comma so that she has a nice cherub cheek, and then pulling the comma down the side of the face so that it's taut. She has some very stretched, thin cheeks underneath when she's smiling. She's so thin, so that was kind of difficult to figure out. How do I make big nice cheeks, but then on a thin face? So just look at your images and just do your best to try to get what kind of face you're looking for. So I really had her picture up the whole time that I was doing this so that I could look at the lines in her face, when she's smiling, what parts are raised up, what parts, recede, so that I could get all the planes and the contours of her face. And hopefully in the end it'll look like her. I don't know. Right now it kind of looks like the Joker a little bit, right? Like this big smile. So, and I did put the red lip on at the end of the video, and it is really dark. So I may have to go in and lighten that up with some reverse needle felting, and so that it's not so scary. It's a little striking. So yeah, just once your cheeks are on and they're in the shape that you want, you can start sculpting with that medium needle. You're putting in the laugh lines, and the comma is such a great way if someone does have these really deep set laugh lines, just to kind of frame that out with the comma shape. So if you just wanted to make a round cheek, if you had a person with a rounder face, you would just put the cheek right up on the apple of the face, the apple of the cheek, and then not make such a deep laugh line. So just play with different pictures. So I think I've switched to the medium needle now, and I'm just lightly going in, taking my time, starting to firm things up. If it gets too firm and too mashed down and you find that you're not able to sculpt, I go in again underneath the lip and I trim it. So just go back in with the scissors or your doll needle and kind of plump that back up so that you're not just, mashing the life out of it. So you can cut those fibers away underneath the lip there so that you can still have movability, or you can take that doll needle like I showed you just a few seconds ago and pull some of that loose again. So do not try to move things with your needle felting needles because they will break. So they are not firm enough to be able to move things around. And so you can kind of, as you see here, I'm curling the lip up so that I'm making the area where you would put the lipstick or the color of the lips. And then just kind of plumping them back out so they're not too mashed. Here I'm creating that plump apple of the cheek, but then putting the lines in for the thin face around the jaw and the mouth where she's very thin. So that's how you would make a masculine face or a feminine face. She actually has a very square chin for a female. But, you know, that's how you make a more masculine face, is with a square jaw. And then a softer, rounder chin would be for like a small child. So just kind of look at your pictures to see, you know, how you would get the look that you're going for. So I hope you're enjoying these videos. Please do like and subscribe so that you can get all the little updates. So here I'm cutting away underneath so that it's not so mashed down. Because I am going to put teeth in there for Sarah. She has an open mouth smile, so she's going to have teeth, and I have to have somewhere to put them. So just don't be afraid to use your scissors. And there's going to be a lot more firming up as we move along with this, and a lot more sculpting. So this is pretty rough draft still, so it's looking a little crazy. But just keep at it. It's hard to tell what something's going to look like until you get on all the parts. You know, we don't have eyes in there. We don't have eyelids. We don't have eyebrows. So we don't really even have, you know, she doesn't have much to the sides of her face because she's so skinny. But if you had someone with a rounder face, you know, you have to put in some more thickness on the side. So don't stress if it's not perfect until you get all the pieces on. And just take your time and enjoy it. It's supposed to be fun, right? I've really enjoyed taking my dolls to, I joined back with a knitting circle. And so that's been really fun, and been getting out and taking my dolls with me. I can't video when I'm out working, so I guess sometimes it's good that I have multiple ones to work on since I'm not able to video. So yeah, that's been fun. I can't wait to do their hair. I'm so excited. We're getting close. I know they're taking so long. Getting really excited and just can't wait. So there they are, and I'm going to start putting some coloring on. So we'll see how you like that with the coloring with the wool. We'll see how that comes out. Here I'm putting on a little bit of a lighter color. This is the sand color. Just to put a little bit of a shine on the tip of the nose. So do check out that other artist that I mentioned. Her dolls are really cute. And I'm just putting some dark inside the mouth so that it'll give some depth to the mouth and get it way up in the corners there so that we can see that she has a nice big smile. Looks like she's eating a spider. She is a witch, and she does eat spiders. I put some spiders on her shoes just because I think in the movie she's like always eating spiders. So here's her lipstick that I think I'm going to have to lighten up a little bit. We'll see. So thanks so much, and I can't wait to see you next time. I hope you are enjoying these videos. And I will continue to color their faces. Thanks, guys. All right, bye.